Hey guys, this is Dylan from Juniper Overland. I'm sitting here with Ryan Trudgian. He is is a Scout sales representative. He's here helping us out at the Expo this year in Springfield, Missouri. Wanted to sit down and just kind of chat with you because we see a lot of you in the videos, see a lot of you online through Scout. But just kind of get to learn a little bit more about you, what's your favorite things about Scout and some of the history of it a bit. So kind of starting at the beginning, how did you find your way into Scout?
Yeah, so I've been with the company, the Adventure Group, since 2012. And so I was in sales for a year, then I was a sales manager for about 7 years at one of the bigger stores in Canada. And then when Scout was announced in 2020, the first thing I did was apply for the job. And lucky me, I got applied. It's just such a cool thing that we offer. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into Scout Campers and been with them since day one and just love doing it. Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome. Was it always it sounds like it was your dream to always work with campers, or you kind of just found your way into that? Sounds like you wanted to be there.
Yeah, so I grew up camping my whole life, so that's something that I grew up with. So, working in RV sales or the RV industry was always something I enjoyed. And then Scout Campers is just something that just hits the sweet spot in the market that no one else really offers. Like, we're kind of, we're not in a full-out RV, but we're also not a rooftop tent. And we have a rooftop tent for our campers, but we kind of fit in the sweet spot, I think. So It's just super cool to be a part of.
Yeah. I mean, getting on the ground floor on something this kind of innovative and game-changing is really cool. I mean, and to be able to do your own passion for work is pretty sweet as well too, right?
Bad.
Yeah, you can't complain. So what's your favorite thing about Scout? My favorite thing about Scout is that the Scout is really known for like changing up the game, breaking the status quo. What are kind of some of the recent upgrades and changes that you guys are rolling out that you're excited about?
Yeah, so I was trying to sum this up. I could talk for a long time on this one, but I think for recent changes, the awning solution. So we brought it down from above the dinette window to below. So just nice ease of use. That's awesome.
Yep.
The power consumption needs of owners. So going from the 1500X to 3000X, that's a big change. Got to look at, double your watt hours. So twice the time you can use it.
Yeah.
I would say those are probably the biggest ones right now. And then just keeping the campers American built. So GFC rooftop tents, some of the best quality, tents that are built in America and Montana.
Absolutely.
So that was the only reason we switched to them. It wasn't necessarily a quality thing. It was just GFC's built in America. So we went with them.
Yeah. That Kamiq is a really nice awning. That's a great change from the Rhino rack and, super easy to use.
Yeah.
Pull out, ratchet it down a bit, good to go. So, how big of a role does customer chatter and recommendations play in tweaking and come up with new features for Scout?
Yeah, since the start of Scout, we're always looking for ways to continuously improve the product. So whenever something comes up that's imperfect or needs to be better, we're looking at how to resolve that and improve the camper. So there's been a lot of different tweaks and things we've made to the Scouts throughout the years. But as you can see, with the power station, with power needs, or the awning being hard to use at the top of the camper, lowering that down, we're always listening to our owners. So our owners are driving our changes. So there's always things you can change, and the Scouts are designed to be customized. So yeah, if you don't like our diesel heater, you can still install a Dickinson. If you want more solar, you can add more solar.
There's
if you don't like
DIY.
If you don't like the Dometic cooler, go with a National Luna. Like, there's just so many things you can do on your own. So although we try and always take owner feedback in, there's still kind of our standard build. So we kind of have to maintain something, but there's just so many things you can do. As you've seen on your own, you got John there with the Gladiator and Tuck Tut. The guy's done so many things to his rig. You can just do so many awesome updates.
Totally. It's a slippery slope.
That's right.
Yeah. You kind of mentioned it a bit. Any cool stories where feedback did turn into a feature or a new idea for Scouts?
Yeah, again, you could use the awning as an example, the Goal Zero as an example.
Exactly.
Just anything that we think will improve the product. We're hearing our owners, whether it be something to do with service or product improvements.
Yep.
We hear the chatter. So
shout out to the Facebook group.
That's right.
Yep.
Everybody in there. So anything that's come up, we're always looking for ways to make the campers better, and they get better every day. And I would say, these campers are fully dialed in now. Like, I don't hear, and they were new in 2020. There was a few little things that need to be worked out, but here in 24, these things are dialed in. Like, we could ship these campers international and not be worried about them. They're a great built camper.
Yeah. And the thing I really love about the Scout owner community too is everyone is so helpful with everybody. They're always about the DIY. They want to share what they did, ask for new ideas. People are always super helpful. There can be some really rough communities based around some other stuff, and it seems like every Scout owner is just a really awesome person to hang out with. And they've got some really cool ideas. I love seeing how people tweak them, tile on walls, stick on tile, all that kind of stuff, add their flair, It just makes it easy when you have something super simple but modernized, sleek, modular. Like, people can kind of see their life in it, see their own dream setup in it a bit more.
That's right.
Kind of getting into a little bit of behind the scenes, obviously you guys have your own showroom. You have a really awesome website that has that whole builder and everything. But then there's people like us, like the brick and mortar dealerships. Where do you guys kind of seeing more people preferentially trying to, or go for finding their Scout? And how do you kind of balance the two as being Scout?
Yeah, I would say our marketing team has done a fabulous job with Scout's marketing to get the brand out there and awareness. I would say, at the start, most Scouts are being sold through our website. But in the last little bit here in 24, I'd say that the dealers have really stepped up, such as Juniper Overland, doing lots of things that promote the Scouts on their own. So growing their business, growing their sales. And obviously, there's always the need for that place to go in and see them. So Weekend Scout Campers is in Yakima, Washington. That's where our factory is, Adventure Manufacturing. So not everybody's in near Washington.
Exactly.
So, and some of the dealers like Juniper, there's other dealers out there, but do such awesome customization work.
Yeah.
So they do great things for us. And, some people just need that to go see them and see what some of the dealers can do. So there's a huge need for both. So, we want to continue to promote Scout with the dealer support of, selling them and showing customers on their own as well.
Yeah, speaking of which, you guys kill it with the marketing. It's really showing that lifestyle driven approach of like how this camper can help support your adventure, your activity of choice, like what you want to do. Do you kind of notice that maybe you have to sort of prove to people why Scouts are the right choice, or are they kind of selling themselves? Like, do you see the people they can see themselves in them already, or what are you kind of seeing with customers?
Yeah, it's quite mixed actually. So you get different people who they just know everything, and those people are the best. They've already done their research. They know. But sometimes you got to tell them a few things, but they know. They've seen lots of our videos. Your videos, our videos, and so they have a really good idea. But there are people who want to know, what's different about Scout? What makes Scout different? And there's so many things. You can look at our modular, our design, aerodynamic, front nose from the aerospace industry, our materials for construction, lightweight, 4-season camper, serviceability. Like if there's something wrong with your cooler, put ice in it. And so that's different than most other RVs, let's go by, or other campers where things are built in and they're all the electricals tied in and, propane is tied in. Something goes wrong, it could take a long time to get it fixed. So Scout is easy to service. And everything's component based, which is just, great for owner experience. And plus, they're just easy to use. So like anybody can jump in my camper and take it out for a weekend. They're not confused. They're like, when you jump in some rigs out there, you're like,
whole control panel looks like a spaceship.
Yeah. So Scout is they're just simple.
Yeah.
It's nice, easy to use. So
I totally agree with that. Yeah. So kind of wrapping things up, like what's on the horizon? What do you see on the horizon for like just the general camping and overlanding world? Are you seeing anything that excites you?
Yeah, you know what? Even being at this show here, I think one thing we're aware of is, power. And we did a promo last year, offering the Nomad 200 portable panel. We have an SAE port on the side of the camper, so you can plug in, extra power. But
really helpful.
Lots of changes to the power stations on the market. We're using the Goal Zero right now. And they've even, with the bigger power station, we have an AC manufacturer designing something for us. So we can potentially have AC as soon as this summer.
Very cool.
So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I think in the space here, power is, even outside of this show, you have a guy running a windmill for power. Just so many cool things for power, and just making sure when you're off grid that you have the good power solution.
Yeah, battery tech is super important, and that is a big industry that's improving right now. Like and yeah, the 3000 is a nice step up from the 1500. Like that's a sizable amount more of watt hours to use here. So yeah, it's a great choice. And I guess kind of to wrap things up, any sneak peeks you can share with us for Scout? Any new projects or designs or features and stuff like that?
Yeah, I got to be careful with this one when I share on this video, but
I'm trying, guys.
Yeah. Stay tuned this summer.
Cool.
Scout has a really big announcement coming. It's nothing to do with our hard-sided models, but there might be something new on the horizon from Scout, and everybody should be watching for that in the next month or two, so that's super exciting.
Love that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. This was a short one here for you today. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.